Welcome to All Things Cozy with Gillian,
And Matt,
a bi-weekly podcast about everything that is warm, soft, and comforting. This week, we're unveiling our 7th annual gift guide, which includes 10 cozy recommendations. But before we reveal our list, let's discuss all the news that's fit to wrap. That's right, it's time for Cozy in the News. Let's start with a headline that will have waddles flapping. Gobble gobble ramen? This Thanksgiving, Cup Noodles is serving up something unexpected: new turkey dinner and pumpkin pie flavors. Yep, sometimes coziness means saying, to hell with it all. And in that spirit, if you're opting for the couch instead of the kitchen on November 27th, head over to Walmart, where these cups are being sold exclusively. According to the press release, turkey dinner combines the rich essence of herb-seasoned turkey broth with sweet corn, tangy cranberry bursts, crisp green beans, warming spices, and tender noodles, while pumpkin pie is blended with caramelized brown sugar sweetness and signature pie spices. So why not microwave your troubles and family drama away this holiday season for the cozy price of $1.18? And I wasn't paid by Cup Noodle. I just think it's
we
interesting.
weren't paid by anybody in this
No,
episode, so lest you think we're only recommending things that people paid us to do that, it's not happening, unfortunately for us.
no, I really had this devilish thought, and I say devilish because I truly mean I thought for a minute, hell with it all. I envisioned myself with a Gilmore Girls marathon with my cup of noodles. I would not have the turkey flavor, obviously, because pescatarian, and the pumpkin pie would be a little too sweet for me, I think. But for a second, something was very comforting about me just sitting there by myself with the cup noodle. It wasn't depressing. No stress, just me and my cup noodle.
My mind went to the exact same place. I opened this press release up to see what you were seeing, and I immediately felt a wave of comfort and a desire to keep it as simple as a cup of noodles for Thanksgiving. I think that tells you all you need to know about where we are mentally.
Yes, it sums it up.
Things have been hectic, things have been busy, but we're hanging in there and staying cozy. And I think this actually is a really convenient way to have a little bit of seasonal flair with a familiar product. And obviously, this is a novelty cash grab from Cup of Noodles, but I'm a sucker for this kind of thing. I always need to try the variety of like, oh, there's a pumpkin cup of noodles now. I have to give it a whirl. It's probably going to be disgusting, but let's give it a go. Now that I know about this, Jillian, we have to dig in and try at least one of these.
You only live once, Matt, and these are limited edition, so they will be flying off the shelves. Maybe you should make a trip to Walmart ASAP.
I really hope they're not flying off the shelves. I hope they're casually being consumed. I don't know why the idea of them flying off the shelves unsettles me.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, it's a little eerie, a little too depressing. Only a certain percentage of the
We can't
population can do.
all give up,
Yeah.
okay? We have to take turns.
What's on your news desk, Matt? Hopefully something a little bit more positive. I'll be sitting alone on the couch with my ramen noodles.
Jillian, you'll be all ears for this next story. Bored Panda reports that Mimi the rabbit, runt of her litter, born with 3 legs and no ears, was given the gift of an ever-changing assortment of crocheted headgear by her rescuer and human caretaker, Rhodesia. And it's not just the classic bunny ears that this lucky rabbit gets to don on her noggin. Rhodesia is hooked on creating new looks for her bunny and has created mouse ears, a jack-o'-lantern, flowers, and more earmuffs for this little fluff than you can shake a rabbit tail at. Eat your hearts out, Woobles, because now Mimi is hopping around in style. I really love this story because during a season of giving, it shows how we can give even the smallest among us a handmade piece of our hearts. You can't find this in stores. It's a handcrafted item for a little animal that someone loves. Obviously, it's cute to see a rabbit with no ears get like anything else on its head. It's quite a blank canvas if you think about it. Mimi is a work of art, actually.
No, seriously, we could change it up for the season. Winter ears, fall ears. I'm sure they have a whole set.
She's a fashion icon in the rabbit world.
It's so sweet. Just the thought of Mimi not wanting to other her and giving the opportunity to blend in with her fellow bunnies.
Absolutely.
Well, now that we've unfurled this week's cozy news, let's dive into our big pile of presents. As a reminder, our picks span budget conscious to splurge worthy and cover a wide range of categories. I don't think I need to say anymore. I've been doing this for 7 years now.
This is the seventh installment. Yeah,
Yeah.
you get the drill. We're recommending some gifts for you. Hopefully, it helps you in your holiday shopping and brainstorming things that will help you show the people in your life how much you care about them. Obviously, they know that, but we're giving gifts, so here's some recommendations.
Well said, Matt. And with that, Matt, you have the honor of unwrapping the first gift.
Yes. So, my first recommendation is something that you can do as an activity with your friends and family and make a memory. Because I think oftentimes the best gifts are the time that we share and get to spend with one another. And it doesn't take a lot of money to get something that will make lasting memories and leave you with a little token of an afternoon well spent or time with friends or family that maybe you don't often get to see, and maybe you even create something together. That's part of the intention here behind this gift. And it's a paint your own bookmark set. I know there are a lot of readers who listen to this show, and we always need more bookmarks. Well, we don't need more bookmarks. Here's the thing. I'm actually like way past my limit for bookmarks, but for some reason that will never stop me from buying more bookmarks, or in this case, painting my own. The way this set works is it's $14 for 12, and they're paint by numbers. So there's little numbers on the paint that you get, and then also matching numbers on the bookmark itself. And it's all of these scenic landscapes of mountains and rivers and different seasons. They're very beautiful. Just complex enough to paint to really be engaging, but not too complicated that you're frustrated. And of course, you can always put your own unique twist on it. I actually did this set with my coworkers. We did it as like a team building activity. I'm gonna show Jillian the one that I painted
Oh, that's
through the
beautiful,
camera over
Matt.
here. Yeah,
I'm
it's a
very impressed.
it's a moonlit night over a river, and
Stunning.
it was so much fun to paint, and the conversation that comes out naturally when your hands are occupied, you really just let your guard down and relax, and oftentimes when we're occupied with something, that's when we open up and get to connect with other people. At least that's how I feel. That's why I like to play things like Magic the Gathering and stuff that I can occupy my hands with or have a thing that we're all talking about, but then great conversations and memories happen in the margins of that. And I think this kind of activity exemplifies that. Another example is that a friend recently brought over for Halloween. Randomly, we're going to hang out, and he just brought over a bunch of things he bought at a pharmacy that were like these little wood kits with paints, and they're like little ghosts or pumpkins, and they were really cheap, but we were like all dug in. We're like, sure, we'll paint these while we watch Haul Out the Halloween by Hallmark Channel. We had a great time, and now those are decorations we got to take home. And my point, I'm going on and on about this. Let me get to the point. My point really is that what I love about this gift is that it's $14 for 12. So there's a lot of ways to approach this. You can either make handmade gifts for people in your life and not spend a lot of money, or you can get this for a whole family situation and make a memory. Lots of different ways to approach this gift, and it's creative, it's artistic. That's my first rec for my gift guide this year.
I think this could be perfect for that lull between Christmas and getting back into the swing of life after New Year's. So if you're with your family members, this is a great group activity to do. It's like, I love these people and we can chat, but sometimes it's awkward. Like this is a perfect activity to break that ice.
It worked for coworkers, it's going to work for your family.
Yeah, and I love how it's paint by numbers because I hate a free drawing kind of situation. And people are like, "Oh, I feel so creative. I just get the juices flowing." For me, it's just a little bit too intimidating at times. And I like to have a guide, especially when you're with a group and you want to be able to focus and chat. Because when it's free flowing, you're so focused on your art that you're not really able to connect with others. So I think this is a beautiful gift, a great stocking stuffer, too.
And I should mention before we move on that it comes with tassels too. So these beautiful multicolored tassels, so everyone gets to pick a different color. Almost forgot those.
And I think we need to find like a really cute storage space for bookmarks. I've been thinking about that lately. Like I have so many and they're so cute. I would love to display them. If anyone has any recommendations, send it our way.
We got to design that. Put that in the All Things Cozy store, Jillian.
That's true. That
The thing
is
that everyone
true.
needs, a bookmark display, like a little, I'm thinking of like a tie rack for bookmarks. It just rotates
Hey,
around.
I think that'd be a bestseller. I love that, like Cher's closet.
Exactly.
Bookmark for every day.
What
Yeah.
will I pick today? Well, what are you picking, Jillian, for your first gift?
My gift is similar in the sense it embodies whimsy. And when I picked this gift, I imagined myself in the darkness of winter, perhaps reading a book. And we love candles and tea lights over here. So I found a constellation tea light holder from the Unemployed Philosophers Guild, quite a name. It's a ceramic candle holder that when you put a tea light in it and it warms up, it lights up the constellations. And I read in reviews that it takes a minute to happen, so it's not immediate, which I think is even better because there's something so magical about each shape slowly appearing one by one. I just think it's a really beautiful design. I'm a basic bee. I love my constellations and astrology and all that stuff. So I find this sort of scene very cozy, and it's only $9.95 plus shipping, so it's really in our budget and just a cute, easy thing to really set the mood for winter. Of course, you can have it out for summer and spring, and that's also a nice feature. It's universal, it's not seasonal, but I think this would really do best in January, February, where the months are dragging on and you just want some added whimsy now that the Christmas decorations or holiday decorations are gone.
Unlit, the tea light holder is basically just a dark blue background with stars, which is pretty enough on its own. But then that the constellations reveal themselves as the light flickers is a really cool effect. And I think that's even better than if it did it instantly. I don't think I'd be as interested in this. So this is a great find and very affordable for what it is. There's a lot of design happening here.
Definitely. Yeah, and if you get it, I might get it for myself. That's the thing, I'm, like, basically shopping for myself in a way. But let me know if it does hold up to that because the reviews say it does slowly evoke the constellations, but let me know if it actually works that way because I agree. If it was an immediate scene of constellations, it wouldn't be as special and cozy.
Absolutely.
What's in your second gift?
I know you've been shaking this gift, Jillian, for a while, and you're wondering, what could this be in here? It's a book you've heard about before. It's Have Yourself a Movie Little Christmas by none other than Linoleum Knife's own Alonzo Duralde,
Hey, we can't say enough good things about this book.
Papa Noel of All Things Cozy. Yeah, so this is the updated version of Alonzo's Christmas movie book where he really goes through and catalogs so many Christmas movies. And I can't tell you how many gems he's highlighted that I have personally enjoyed and loved that are classics that I would have never known about without his book. And I'm not just saying that because he's our friend. Legitimately, it's a great resource if you love Christmas movies or if someone in your life loves Christmas movies. The new version is great for a couple of reasons. One, and no shade to Alonzo, but that original cover was a little rough. It was giving Microsoft Word. This new cover is much sleeker, so it's a little more attractive on your shelf. And he's added all these other new movies to it, including Blast of Silence, the film noir that we talked about
Oh,
all
right.
together last Christmas. If you liked the Christmas movies that we talked about in episodes like that with Dave and Alonzo, then this is the book for you. I'm already looking forward to watching Santa Claus, a Mexican kitty movie in which Saint Nick teams up with Merlin to fight the devil.
Wait, is that where Pitch is in that movie? The devil's called Pitch?
I don't know, Jillian. It sounds like you've seen this movie. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so if it's the case, I've watched that movie probably 100 times. I grew up with this movie. We talk ab I don't say we talk about Pitch all the time, but my little sister was so afraid of Pitch that it comes up because the costume for Pitch is, like, truly terrifying. I'm gonna look into this. If it is,
You
that's really
see,
cool.
already it's evoking memories for
Yeah.
Jillian. This is a great resource for any Christmas movie lover in your life. Have Yourself a Movie Little Christmas by Alonzo Duralde.
Yeah, Alonzo's so talented and a great friend of the show, so this is a perfect pick. And this transitions really well into my next pick. Speaking of books and our love of books, this is a books read this year counter, and I found it via Etsy from, why did I say that like a French? Etsy? Um,
We're adding a lot of unnecessary accents today on the show. I have more coming, so brace yourself.
So this is, like I said, from Etsy, but it's designed by K&B Creations. I thought this was really cute because oftentimes we're on Goodreads trying to track our books and you really can't see the physical counting of how many books you've read. Of course, if you are reading them in physical copies, you can, but it's not the same as having a cute little counter. And this is 3D printed and friends, I'll be honest, I have no idea what that really means. I don't know how 3D printing works, how they get it.
Jillian, you're talking to the right guy. I teach kids how to use 3D printers, so
Okay, good. Yeah, teach me how to 3D print because it's like magic. I have no idea how this happens.
if third graders can do it, so can you, Jillian.
We'll fire up that 3D printer. I don't know if you fire it up.
Sure, yeah, you turned it on.
Well, okay, anyway,
It needs to warm up. The extruder has to get hot. Yeah.
it's like a little mini bookshelf, and it comes in all different colors. You can choose your own color, and I love the individualization of that. And it has these counting die, so you can change the number of books you read as you read them. And it goes up pretty high because they give you a lot of counters. And it sounds so silly when I'm explaining this, but sometimes you have to get really elementary speaking of these gifts to accurately describe them. And then each bookshelf comes with a different charm, I would say. It's this little mini, what would you call them? They're like a little.
Just little objects depending on the theme. So, for example, there's a black option with a skull on it. And you imagine, like, if the person you're gifting loves horror as a genre, you might go for the skull one. But if they're cozier, you might get the one that's plum and has a cute little cat curled up on top of it.
Very well said. So yes, each one can be personalized. There's a pink one with a latte. And like I said, you can go through more colors and really make it your own. And that's what's really cool about this. But I think this would be perfect for a desk and just a really cute accent to your reading nook. And so you can have that satisfaction of changing the die and keeping track of your reading in a more physical way. And this is $25 plus shipping. And they have a lot of different book counters on Etsy, so I'm sure you could find a different one that maybe suits your fancy a little bit more, but I think that the book counter is just a cute, simple way to pay tribute to your love of books.
As somebody who likes to 3D print occasionally, part of me is like, I want to get the file for this to print it myself. But also, I respect the fact that these are multiple colors. It takes more time to print in different colors. Even just the time it takes to print, 3D printing is a long process. It takes many hours to do things like this. And all the different color varieties and personalization, I think this is well worth what they're charging. Sometimes you see 3D printed things online and it's not worth what you're getting because you could just find someone who has a 3D printer in your life. Most public libraries now have 3D printers that are accessible that you can use. So you have to ask yourself, like, is it worth it to buy it versus just going to a resource like my local library and having it printed? And I think in this case, it's well worth it because of the personalization, the variety of colors, all those elements make it, I think, worth your bang for your buck. And I think it's funny that they offer like, so imagine it's books read this year. Some of these have 5 little die that with numbers on them that you could change. Can you imagine reading 1,000 books in a year? I can't. I think it's really adorable that
It's
they have the
aspirational.
option. Yeah, it's very aspirational. I probably would buy the version with just 2 of those. I don't probably I don't think we're gonna hit go above 99 in the books number of books I read per year, but if you're an avid reader, maybe you need to get 3 of those. But I love a countdown. I'm crazy. I have 2 Halloween countdowns in my house and an advent calendar for Halloween. It's insane. Every morning I wake up. I have so many things I need to do in the morning to get ready for work. What do I do first? I go to the countdown and I tick
That's
down the
so
day.
cute.
It's my priority. So if you're like me and you're crazy for data being available for how many books I read, I think this is a great choice, Julian.
Thank you. And I appreciate you explaining 3D printing and just all of the work that goes into it. And please take me to your 3D printer, wherever that might be, and teach me your ways.
Yes, all you need to know, Julian, it's like icing a cake, layers. It's just layer by layer, it's building that on top.
Well, we'll see if I have the constitution for it.
Well, my gift is also in 3D, but that's because it's a real object that you can eat. I've talked about how gift boxes or gift sets can be great for things that people are interested in. If there's like a certain theme that people like, or there's often a gift box for that online. But this is more food related. And my main recommendation is from a cookie store that's New York based, but also has stores in LA, which is how I found them and learned that their cookies are incredible. These are cookies by Levin. It's a French word. I hope I'm saying it right, but it's spelled Levain. They're expanding. So there used to be just a couple stores in New York. Now they have more stores in New York. They have 2 or 3 even, I think, stores in LA now. Like they're growing. So you're more likely to see them. They're not cheap. Okay. So these cookies are massive. They're really thick and just absolutely rich and delicious. They're cookies the way that I like them, which is nice and firm on the outside, but you crack them open, they're nice and gooey on the inside and melted little chunks of chocolate. They're just really decadent. And I like a thick, ugly cookie. I don't want it to look cute. I don't want it to be thin and just snap. I don't need a snap, okay, Prue and Paul. I just need a big gooey cookie, and this is what you get. The gift set comes with a tin. Again, this is expensive. It's like 8 cookies. It adds up to like $70 when they add to put in the tin. It's too much money for a tin of cookies. I acknowledge this, but they're really good. Because I was so enthusiastic about them, last year this was my gift for family that I didn't get to see very much, and so I love sending them little food items or things that I experience that I'm like, "Oh, someone should try this," and especially if you can get it transported, all the better, right? Cookies are easy to mail. You don't have to get this specifically. I would say think about in your community, what are some of those foods that you're like, "My family has to try this." They need to try these cookies. They need to try these cupcakes. And if that place has an option to mail that item out, what a lovely way to share things that you love in your life, a little sweet treat, food that you're really enthusiastic about. It's like food that matters to you, sharing with people in your life that you love. That's the spirit behind this gift.
I think that's a really sweet sentiment, Matt, because there are so many things, especially being bi-coastal, that your family doesn't get to have, or if you live far away, not even on the opposite coast, even just a few hours away, there's something specific about your neighborhood that you really love. That's a smart idea, and so they get to experience where you are and what you love. I'm in it for the tin. The tin is really cute. It's this bright, pretty blue color, and it has a cute New York shop scene on the front. I love to reuse things like this, and I can just imagine having it on display and maybe putting things that I might bake myself, maybe a trickster doing that. Maybe that would backfire on me, but I could just see myself baking and putting a few things in here and just using it as that kind of display or storage. It's so cool that it can be reused and it's not just in a disposable box or something like that.
They make the best tins. I have their Valentine's Day tin because I got some of these cookies to take to work. They all love the cookies, and then people were asking me like, "Are you gonna take the tin? Do you need the tin?" And I was like, "Do not
Have
touch
their
that
eyes on
tin. That
it.
is my tin.
They had jealous eyes on you,
I'm
Matt.
sharing the cookies with you, not the tin." It's a pink tin with a blue New York City scape around it with people riding their bikes, and it's really cute, and it has like a bow on top that's etched into the tin lid. It's maybe too early in the season because they don't have their seasonal tin up for the holidays, but I bet they have an even cuter tin for the holiday season, so it will be even more attractive if you get this gift. Yes, $70 for 8 cookies is too much money, but they're really large cookies, mind you, and it does come with an adorable tin.
Yeah, I love that personalization of it when companies do that because they could just reproduce this blue tin, which is beautiful in and of itself, but to have it be seasonal, and I really need to see that Valentine's Day one. That sounds so cute.
And how many times have you gotten a food gift grab bag thing from someone in your life and it's a sweet sentiment, but oftentimes like the food is like, where do they put this together? It's like weird flavors, it's a little snack pack, and it's not really even hitting the spot. And it wasn't food that the person chose because they love it. It was just like a random just gift basket or something with whatever the company put together in there. I think it's so much more meaningful when you go to a place that you know the food is good and you pick a gift basket from there so that it's not just some random food that actually no one likes the taste of.
Absolutely. And speaking of personalization, my next gift speaks to that. It's really special. And anyone who's listened to the show and our gift guides for a while knows I love a calendar. And this is a specialized wall calendar by the designer and illustrator Amber Davenport. And it's called Slow Living, as for 2026. If you've ever seen on Instagram really cute content creators, when it's beginning of a new month, they'll have a graphic of all the things to look forward to and enjoy for that month, and they'll have little tiny illustrations of that. This is that, but in a calendar form. So, for example, I don't want to give it away because I love when you have a calendar and the day of the new month, you get to see all the beautiful illustrations and the specialness of it. So, just for October, I'll mention a few. Obviously, the pumpkin patch, they have a cute drawing of a wheelbarrow with pumpkins in it, mushroom foraging, cute illustration of some mushrooms. So you get the idea. It's just these cute, tiny little illustrations for every month. And the slow living is really true to what this is. It's everything that you can enjoy at your own pace, that's special to you, and it can evoke a lot of memories. And so I don't even want to look at every month because I don't want to spoil it for myself because I think I'm going to get this for my 2026 calendar. And a wall calendar can be a little bit tough because you have to find a good spot for it. And right now I've been using one that's on a stand and that's a little bit easier. Like it's cardstock and I can just change it out. But I think the fact that these are such beautiful illustrations and so adorable that it wouldn't be justified having one of those cardstock tiny calendars. You need this displayed somewhere in your kitchen, other people can come admire it. So I love a good calendar, and this is my pick for 2026.
Yeah, I love this choice. I also love that the illustrations often will remind you of things to do during that month that
Yes.
will engage in that slow living. Like, for example, going to the pool in July, or even events like Wimbledon that they're little sketches of. I love those details.
Yeah, and some of them are more obvious than other ideas, but there are a few on here that can give you that inspiration for that specific month. This is cool too.
Well, when you're done watching the art on your calendar, you can watch some TV shows or movies with my next gift, and that is an Acorn TV subscription. Again, pricey. It's $84 a year to get Acorn TV. And obviously, when you're buying that as one big year package as a gift for somebody, it's a bit of a commitment. I kind of wish there were some smaller packages, like a 3 month starter pack for a friend or something. Because listen, we are all at our limit with streamers. No one really wants another streaming service to add to their bills or even sometimes their home screens. I get it. This is specifically for avid watchers of murder mysteries and cozy mysteries in your life. I was recently made aware of just how many cozy mysteries are on this service. They really specialize in murder mysteries, and they range from thrillers like that really take that stuff seriously to more goofy stuff. For example, they have originals like Queens of Mystery and Agatha Raisin, and then they have the classics like Poirot that you can go back into. And they have other series that are a little darker, more gritty, depending on your mood or the kinds of stuff that you enjoy. We here at All Things Cozy, we love cozy mysteries. I think Jillian and I are two sides of that coin. Like, I'm more into the cozy mysteries. She's into the hard boiled,
Yeah.
Dateline kind of
Nice way of
style.
saying it. Yeah.
This service has both of those. So if you're just all things murder mystery and you love shows like that, or someone in your life really loves things like that, this is a great gift.
I think it's a good price too. Up front, $84 can seem like a lot, but when you think about what you pay monthly for some of these other streamers that don't provide what you want served up all the time, this is a good price. And I've been hearing about Acorn TV for a while. I feel like a lot of our listeners have recommended it. So I think 2026 is the year we take that plunge. If you haven't already, Matt.
Yeah, part of the reason that I was aware of it is because I was recently interviewed about Acorn TV and like their popularity and resurgence around murder mysteries to speak to the cozy mystery of it all a little bit. And in thinking about that, I was really reflecting. I was like, oh, this is a great gift for someone who loves murder mysteries and cozy mysteries and would really get a lot of enjoyment out of the titles on the streamer.
I think it's a really cute name too.
It is.
Something very sweet about it.
Acorn
Yeah.
TV. I'm going to squirrel it away, bury it, and we'll find it later or forget about it.
I apparently buried the price on my slow living calendar, by the way. I forgot to mention it's $39.07. God knows why it's the 7 cents is in there with shipping. So it's in that mid price range. I think it's well worth it though for a beautiful illustrated calendar. And speaking of another beautiful illustrated scene, I went on a search and a journey for a really cozy puzzle. And to be honest, I'm not the biggest puzzle person, but I thought to myself, maybe I should give puzzles a try this year. And I found this super cozy scene, a puzzle called The Wolf and I from the website Ordinary Habit. And it is illustrated by Angela McKay, who's also a designer. And the description for the puzzle reads, "The coziest evening scene unfolds before us. Deeply engrossed in your book, the world melts away. Putting together this beautiful puzzle by Angela McKay will transport you immediately and bring you into the warmth of a very cozy living room." And so when you think about a wolf, it's not necessarily the coziest scene that you would imagine, but Angela makes the scene wildly cozy. A woman is on her couch reading a book, and then there's a wolf sprawled out, sound asleep on an autumnal blanket. In the background, there's windows, darkened windows, and you can see the snow falling outside. And this woman's apartment or home is so cozy, a bunch of different little knickknacks, photographs, books, a really cozy rug. And the colors are so vibrant. It's just a really beautiful scene that I don't think you typically see in puzzles. It's just so special, and when I saw it, I had, like, a little internal gasp, and I noticed that this had 51 reviews compared to the other puzzles. This is really coming out on top. But if this is not making you howl for $50, which is $10 more than the puzzle, which The Wolf and I, which runs for 40, you can get a 100-piece puzzle bundle of winter scenes, 3 100-piece puzzles that are also really special and cozy. The Wolf and I puzzle is a 500-piece one. So I was looking for winter scene puzzles. That was what I was specifically looking for because once again, there's that lull from New Year's to spring, and you want cozy activities to do indoors. And what better than a really cozy winter nighttime scene with a wolf?
Yeah, and it looks like the illustrator draws her inspiration from old murder mystery novels and nostalgia. So, right up our cozy alley here. It's a very cozy scene for all the reasons Jillian described. And it's like if Little Red Riding Hood went right.
Perfect way to sum it
Yeah,
up.
grandma's just chilling out with the wolf. The wolf didn't eat her. The other thing is that this snow in the scene is gonna drive some people crazy because there's, like, snow in the windows, it's just white dots, and those are gonna be
Oh,
the
I didn't think
hardest
about that.
things to figure out where to put the puzzle piece, but I think that's important because most of the other pieces of the puzzle are very distinctive, but it's good to have some of those ambiguous pieces that are challenging, so it's a nice mix. You can have people who want more of the approachable stuff doing the less patterned things, so it looks like it has a good mix of difficulty as well.
And they also have autumn puzzles too. And I love that this website Ordinary Habit has the seasons. So I like puzzles and prints that are season specific. I think that's really special and sweet, and you can bring it out for a special season. I love unboxing all my decorations or crafts that are particular to the current moment in time. So it's perfect for that.
It really is. What's also perfect for the moment is my next gift. And it comes from a realization that I'm sure a lot of you had, which is that matcha is really having a moment. I was on the campus of USC recently at one of their little village cafes, and iced matcha lattes are so popular. They make them by the gallon. They actually pour them all out in big vats into these dispensers because they're constantly making matcha. And it was crazy just to watch them work because it was matcha, matcha, matcha. Everyone was walking out with a green drink. This is for the people in your life who are really digging the matcha moment. They love that green stuff and they're interested in making it for themselves. And so this matcha tea set by Shizen Tea and Teaware is $54. It includes a matcha bowl for whisking your powder in hot water, a natural bamboo whisk for doing that whisking, and a scoop for measuring the matcha powder. I recommend pairing it with a matcha of your choice, so they actually have something to do with the set. It's going to make your friends green with envy. They don't have to wait in line at Dulce or at Starbucks or wherever they're getting their matcha. And I think more than anything, what I love about this set, because you can find a lot of different matcha sets and they all have pretty much the same bamboo whisk and measuring spoon, but the imperfect ceramic of the bowl here has a beautiful, unique glaze. Every item's going to look different and be bespoke. And it speaks to, as they say on their website, I think this is accurate, like it reflects the simplicity and beauty of the tea experience and just the fact that every time you even do a ritual like this, it's going to hit you a little bit different. You're going to have a little bit of a different moment. And I like the natural quality to the bowl itself.
Yeah, it's like you said, the ritual of it. So after you move your advent calendar and that's part of your ritual, you make your matcha. So it's a very cozy scene I'm imagining in my head. This also makes it a beautiful display. So obviously it's not just for display, but if you put it out for others to see, I think it'd be a nice piece. It's just so beautiful and like you said, unique and the colors are so bright and soothing. There's a lot of different greens and ambers in this particular bowl. So I think it's stunning and beautiful.
Jillian actually gifted my husband's crazy about matcha, and she had a matcha set like this that was not getting used, and it has been getting used. So thank you, Jillian. So I can confirm that when you have a matcha fanatic in your life and they get the gift of a little matcha tea set, they're gonna make use of it.
I'm glad to hear that. For iced matcha, it's fine for me. And there actually used to be this, you'd have loved it, Matt, in Silver Lake. It's just an iced matcha store, and they closed it down. And that was very
They
tasty.
shut it down.
They shut it down. These people were
Too much
getting
of the
too
good stuff.
crazy. Yeah. But The hot matcha makes my throat close up, so I'm glad that it's getting used, so it's not just sitting on a dusty shelf. Puts a pep in my step. And what also puts a pep in my step, and I don't think you've ever had to get this expensive. I'm starting to realize, I was like, okay, let's shoot for the stars. My highest gift so far is $50. This one's $180.
In this economy?
And it's definitely giving rich, unhinged grandma vibes. It is Mackenzie Child's Cat Love 2-quart tea kettle. Essentially, it's a high-end tea kettle decorated with cats. And if you know Mackenzie Child's work, it involves a lot of checkered prints. And this is no different. In one side of the kettle, a black cat is holding a black and white checkered heart. It's zany. It looks like something that you would pick up at a thrift store or an estate sale, but you can tell that it's also really well made. And I think kitchens can be drab at times, and we really need to have some cute accents to bring it to life because a kitchen should be a place where people feel rejuvenated and whatnot. And I could just see this in a kitchen giving a lot of pop. It's a conversation piece, perhaps. And if you're a cat fanatic like me, I think you'll love this tea kettle. And we love tea here, All Things Cozy, so why not invest in a high-end tea kettle?
These are gorgeous. I feel like they'd be hard to use because they're just so beautiful. Are they meant to just be displayed or are they functional?
I thought they were functional, but maybe they are just a display. I thought they were functional.
I'm looking now at care and use, and yes, you can
Yes,
make tea with this. It's just one of those things that it's like so beautiful that it's like I would never want to.
I hear you.
I really love their Christmas ones too. They have a Deck the Halls one that's catching my eye. And the craziest one is a snow globe teapot
I saw that one.
that has literally a giant snow globe on top of it. It is just a snow globe. It's not a functional teapot. I should mention this one, but it looks crazy. It's like a tea kettle with a snow globe on top of it. I feel like the zebra pattern tea kettle. If you're listening to this, you know who you are. You heard zebra pattern tea kettle, and you're probably already on this website because I feel like in the right kitchen, that's going to look extremely shocking and fun.
Each is zanier than the next, but they're also, like you said, very beautiful and well crafted and so intricate. No detail was left untouched or addressed. And I really love the poppy one too. It has a lot of autumnal colors, an amber topper, and the flowers are so beautiful. There's a kilt inexplicably, but I guess that is not so inexplicable because kilts, tea, that goes hand in hand. It's cozy. But there's something for everyone, all to say. But it is expensive. I mean, 180 underneath the add to bag, they have the afterpay note. So may put it on your buy now pay later. Not that I'm encouraging bad financial habits.
Do not listen to us for financial advice.
No.
I mean, it's designer, so it's going to have that sort of high end quality to it. This is definitely heirloom quality gifting.
Absolutely. Well, Matt, it looks like the cashier has put up their sign to indicate the checkout lane has closed. But don't fret, a candle review full of holiday spirit awaits. And I have the candle this time. We're still on the theme of expensive, high end vibes because I thought to myself, hey, this is the gift guide. If we're going to encourage
Rampant capitalism.
yeah, if you encourage bad financial habits, this would be the time. And this is Glass House's gingerbread candle. And I chose this candle because it's a part of this lovely collection that they put out each year. It's limited edition. You know, I love something limited edition. And then there's gorgeous candle holders in these metallic colors, and they have it in bronze, gold, silver, green, red, all the festive colors. And on each holder, they have a cute winter scene that's very intricate. And on the gingerbread one, obviously they have gingerbread standing outside of this otherworldly building that you might see in the community of the North Pole. And there's snowman out front, and there's peppermints adorned to the building and a big bow on top, and
It's a really cute scene.
really festive. Yeah, it's a cute scene. I could go on and on, but it's one of those things that you'll reuse. So for the price of $60, it's worth it in my opinion because you get to reuse the holder and put stuff in it. Or if you're going to throw a dinner party for the holidays, put this in the center. That would really pull your look together. I think it's really pretty. But to get to the scent of it all, This smells like gingerbread dough with caramel drizzled on top, per the website. And the top notes orange, almond, and caramel. The middle notes cedarwood, cloves, cinnamon, ginger, black pepper. And the base notes are vanilla, tonka bean, and amber. It really evokes that cooking some lovely baked good with a lot of spice. Someone in the reviews said it smells just like gingerbread, which I know seems like an obvious, okay, thanks for that that note. But sometimes it can be so cloying that it could smell like anything, any sweet treat for the holidays, but this is full on gingerbread, but I was gonna say, but make it classy, but that sounds weird. It smells high end. Not that I'm sniffing too many high end things.
This isn't gingerbread that came from a house kit. It came freshly baked from your grandma's oven.
The Four Seasons. I was
From
gonna
the Four
say.
Seasons, yeah. You know, your grandma who cooks for the Four Seasons.
But the caramel I thought was such a interesting note to mix with gingerbread, which is what I think makes unique, and that just adds a little something extra to the whole scent profile. So I really appreciated that. That does come out pretty strong. So if you're not a caramel scent person, I would maybe skip this. I was also torn between that and the white Christmas candle because the scent for that is smells like mulled wine with a fresh pine sprig. That sounds lovely. I really wanted that one, but I didn't like the scene. The scene shows a Kim Possible styled kind of character in a polar bear suit, and I just didn't want her in my Christmas scene. And that sounds really weird, but every scene is so unique. So if you don't like the people in it or the characters, shall I say, then it kind of ruins the whole thing. Doesn't matter how good it smells because you're living with this holder for a long time. Anyway, these are going fast. I had to search high and low for this because they're all sold out. So I think the set and this brand flies off the shelves quick. So I don't know what rich people are buying this flying off the shelves, but they are. I put my pennies together and I got it and I don't regret it.
Yeah, it's 30% off as of this recording, too. I'm seeing that. So that's something. You don't necessarily have to pay the sticker price. I agree with you on the White Christmas one. Like, why is there a woman dressed as a polar bear ice skating and throwing snowballs? Do we need that?
We don't need that.
Maybe if you know someone in your life who loves doing that activity, that's the candle for them. I think you went with the right choice. This is a very cozy scene. It's like the denizens of the North Pole are going shopping at Bloomingdale's.
Yeah.
And I love that the art from the box is on the candle holder itself, because oftentimes what attracts you to these seasonal candles is the beautiful images on the packaging. And then you take the packaging away and it's just a dull candle. And you're like, well, half the reason I was attracted to this is gone. And that's not true with this. You really get to, as you say, keep the art and the decoration on the candle holder itself. And it's done so thoughtfully and beautifully. It's worth bringing out season after season. For sure.
Exactly. So it pays for itself in that way. You can use it for storage, or maybe you could even regift it and put some candies or your cookies, Matt. Put the cookies in there. Well, I guess you have the cute tin.
I would have a hard
but-
time parting with this candle holder.
Exactly. It'd be hard to part with, but if you're in a pinch,
Just had to buy another $60 Bloomingdale's candle. You know that you're in for a luxurious treat when on the box in French it says bougie parfumé.
yes, well, this will be the once in a blue moon candle purchase. At least our noses are filled with holiday spice and sense of cheer. But with that, and sadly, our sleigh's gas meter reads empty.
Oh no, I hope we're not mid-flight. Have we landed?
I didn't think about that. Crash
It's a crash
landing, it's your
landing.
parachute. I should not be a pilot. Although we have to say goodbye for now, you can keep up with us on Facebook and Instagram at All Things Cozy Podcast.
And on Blue Sky at All Things Cozy as well. We're still there.
That's true. And we all still have our Facebook group, and that'll be going strong through the holiday season. In the spirit of this episode on gift giving, if you want to support our Patreon, please visit patreon.com/allthingscozy.
And another way to leave a little gift for us for free is to review our show wherever you listen to podcasts. If you do that on Apple Podcasts and it's a very positive review, we will read that on the show. Positive reviews, like 5-star reviews, help people looking for cozy podcasts find our show. So if you have the time, if you're inclined, give us the gift of a review wherever you listen to podcasts so that our squad of cozy commandos can expand. I don't know why I'm always bringing the military into it. We have to explore that. Anyway, we're always trying to expand our cozy crew. And we hope you'll board our HMS Cozy as we set sail into the holiday season. We'll be back in your ears in a couple more weeks with a brand new episode. Until next time,
Stay cozy.